Hey everybody, thank you for joining me today. So today's video, we're going to be working on a sketch, a layout sketch. It's going to show right here. So if you want, there's no measurements, pause, cut up some paper and come join me and we'll work on this together. So I'm using a new collection that I just got from my little scrapbook store. And this collection is called Farmstead Harvest, and it's from American Crafts. And I'm just showing you the different things. This is the sticker sheet. And then we had the foam phrases. And then in here, this top part is some vellum pieces. And it looks like I'm gonna have to tear it apart to get to those. So we'll deal with that later. And then down here on the second one, there's some ephemera pieces with gold accents. We have some letters and then some puffy stickers. Now this one is a 12 by 12 pad. It is double-sided and it's 24 papers. So we're going to flip through. I just want to show you what all is in it. I love these colors and the tones. It's a lot of thankful for you. And I wanted to use this for the November challenge on my little scrapbook store. So that's why I pulled out these papers, and I love the gold accents. Now, as soon as I saw this paper, I'm like, you know what? I'm tearing that out. Because I already know that plaid, that other pattern. I'm like, this is going to be part of our layout. And we're just going to keep going through. I love the gold accents on this. It's not every sheet, but where they've put it, it's very nice. I like these cut aparts. You got your tags and some flags. And then the second part is just repeats. So now I was thinking, what do I do for my base, right? Because I have these um 3 sheets that I've torn out of the book already, but these papers are very lightweight. You could do a layout on top of it, but if you're someone like me who likes to use those foam pieces, stuff that's a little bit heavier, I like to sometimes use a different sheet if it's too light. Like, we could use basil, we could use all kinds of stuff. I decided to grab this from Simple Stories. It's still on the lighter side, but I loved the wood grain. And I just thought these colors would really pop on top of the wood grain paper. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut this first one down to 6 inches by 12 and cut it right in half. And then I decided to make it, I think I went 8 inches long. I was going to do 7, but I decided to do 8. And then this particular piece is like a 4 by 6, but it was it was a little bit too tiny. So I decided with the other piece, I would just cut that right at 4 by 6 because I know I'm going to cut my photo down some. Okay. So this sheet, we're going to do the same thing right at 6, but we're going to make this one more like, I think I'm making it 4.5, and then that's going to go vertical, and then I'm going to use the other side because remember, these are double-sided papers. So the other side is the deer with the leaves. So I'm going to take the one piece, I'm going to put that, let that be on an angle. The plaid will go up and down, and then the deer will go horizontal. And then here I'm going to trim down my photo. And I think I trimmed it down to be like 3.5 by 4.5. No, not 4.5. It would be 5.5 because it's 4 by 6. So I took a 1/2 inch off of the photos. And then that gives us a nice border using the backside of the very first paper that we used. So I only used 2 sheets and got 1, 2, 3, 4 different pattern papers on the front there. And so I mean, I love double-sided. And I also love it when they give you more than one. So that means if you wind up not using one side, you have a chance to use the side, again. So now I know there's a little flag part. So I wanted to take this and cut it out. And then I also wanted to add this with the green background on the tag. And I wanted that because I want a place to do some journaling. Okay. Now, I'm not a big journaler, but I know it's needed for this particular challenge. Okay. So I'm getting it cut out. It has a little bit of gold right on the bottom where the flowers are. And yeah, I wanted to use it. And so instead of leaving that extra pattern paper on the top, I decided to give myself a border around the top to match the sides. And I think I did pretty good considering. And so this I'm going to put right over here on the left so that way that little flower will stick out. And I think that'll be really cute. I like how that's starting to lay out. And then this piece, I'm going to trim it down as well. But I'm not going to leave any bits hanging. I'm going to cut right up to the edge. And then I will be cutting that down as well because I don't want it to be as long. And I want it to just a little bit like hang over the edge a little bit. So I'm trimming and then I'm going to go ahead and make my V cuts. And now I have a flag and it'll wind up going like that. And we'll just adjust a little bit and then there you go. It'll fit. And then where it has the title in the top right hand side, that I'm going to put our title there. Now, I think I want to use that foam blessings. I'm just double checking, but I'm pretty sure that's what I want to use. And I'm going to look through the ephemera pieces here in a second to see if there's anything that can maybe go with it. So my only complaint, I guess, with this particular collection is that it doesn't have that little opening piece on the bottom of the cellophane for the ephemera, which is something that I come to really like because it allows you to open and close it and use it that way. This one, I had to tear it apart, so now it's going to be separate, and keeping a hold of it can be a little annoying. So that would be my one major complaint. But I'm just going through all the different elements. I see fall here and I realize, oh, that wasn't a number one. It was part of fall. So I'm going to try and fix it real quick. And then I put a little bit of glue and I try and reattach it and then I put it off to the side. Hopefully it'll dry and it'll be okay. If not, if I don't use it, it'll be all right. I think they have fall in multiple places. And we're just still going through some of the elements. This gold autumn, I love it. So I think that would be a great piece to go with the blessings. So autumn blessings will be the title. And what I'm doing, I pulled it off and I'm going to grab my powder tool and I'm making the foam sticker not a sticker anymore. So that'll allow me to be able to put it down and not have it stick right now because nothing is attached. I'm just kind of really laying everything out. Oh, and I forgot, I did put some leaves up at the very top of our photo, kind of peeking out. And then I think I want something, I was thinking about maybe using this here, but I think I wind up not using that because I find something else. There's no other pumpkins, so I decided not to go with the pumpkins. And I like those leaves, but they didn't kind of go with the leaves that I had put at the very top. So, you just taking out stuff, seeing what you use. Sometimes I'll pull out a bunch of stuff and only use like one or two items. The idea is that while I'm putting something together, I may grab something that I see. And if it doesn't work, I want other options. Like right here, this is, I think, a leaf that I found while I was looking through. And then I like this gray leaf over here. And I'm like, okay, that's perfect. Okay. So that gives me like a little diagonal line of stuff, I'm like, okay, let me get all this back into the packaging as best I can. And now I'm going to look through the vellum. Okay, and immediately, what? I see this leaf, and this leaf is gorgeous. It has the gold accents. It is hitting all of the things. So I decided to use that instead. And then we're going to wind up starting to glue everything down. And I'm not done because I will wind up going back to the puffy stickers to add a few things as we finish putting everything on. But that was the base of what we're putting together. So now I'm going to take the branding strip off and we're going to start layering everything on. So I'm going to grab this pattern paper, go ahead and use my dot liner. And of course, you know, I'm going to use my wet glue always because that's what I do. And if you ever notice, most of the time I don't have to pick it back up again, but I want that assurance and it gives me peace of mind. And, you know, it is what it is. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and do this plaid piece, doing the same thing. And then at the in the more section of this video, I will have links to the My Little Scrapbook store. So if you guys are interested in this Farmstead Harvest collection, go check it out. If any of your time, if ever something is on waitlist, go ahead and get on waitlist because that lets them know how much they need to reorder. If they're able to reorder, you know, who's looking at it, who's interested. So I'm not sure as of recording this if the collection is on back order or what they call waitlist. Hopefully it's still available. It's a really nice collection. It really is. I love the colors, like that blue gray. I love it. All right, now we're going to glue this one down. And then we're going to, I think I already attached the photo. Yes. So now what we're going to do is wind up putting foam underneath the photo to give it some added lift. But I want to put our tag down first. So I'm just trying to figure out, okay, where am I going to put it? It's going to be more on the inside, or let me bring this out a little bit so that way you still see some of the pattern paper on the right hand side. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and lay that leaf down there on the bottom left, and I'm going to go ahead and get the foam put on the back of the photo. So I'm using this foam from Picket Fence, and it's one of the mega rolls. I love it. And I have it in both the black and white, and thank goodness there's plenty on there, so I don't have to order any more of it. But let me tell you, as it starts to get lower, I will be ordering more. Okay, and then when I had turned it over, this little edge was kind of drooping a little bit, so I just wanted to add a little bit of foam there so that way it's nice and even and it doesn't lay weird on the actual layout. So we're gonna go ahead and pull the backing, and then on this I put the glue as well, because you never know when you put something down by accident, and then if you don't, you won't be able to pull it back up. You just won't, because this foam is very strong. All right. So now for this piece, we're going to take and put some foam on the bottom white portion so it's even with the photo. And then the other part of the tag, I'm just going to put some dye adhesive and a little bit of glue so that way it's attached to the photo. And then, of course, the foam is going to stick to the layout itself. And then I just put the leaf at the bottom there on the left. And now we're going to add our sentiment. And really and truly, once you do this, this could be done. This could be it. You don't always have to have a whole lot going on. You don't have to have a lot of ephemera pieces and all kinds of stuff. Sometimes it can just be clean, simple. It's, you know, focused on the photo. And then I'm going to do the journaling off camera. And then we're going to add a little bit of glue behind the vellum leaf, and then before the end, I will have another like foam piece on it, but you'll see that in a second. So these are the puffy stickers. They're very tiny. They're not very big, so I don't have a problem adding some of these around. But I put thankful in the gold right there next to that leaf. And then we're going to grab family and put it up with autumn blessings. I like using little phrases like that with titles. It doesn't necessarily have to like flow completely and make a whole sentence and stuff, but the autumn blessings is this family, my mom, and my friend Beatrice that's in the photo. And then down by the leaf, I'm gonna put loved. And then we're putting down a couple of like little starbursts, two gold and one orange. And then we're also going to wind up putting down a couple of acorns. I'm going to put one in the center of that leaf, one up by the blessings. I'm going to put a little mushroom and then another acorn on top of the leaf by the photo. And then I was like, you know what? I think I want something like enamel dots, but I don't have enamel dots that go with this collection. So what I did was I took the gold. I want to say it's the vintage. Where did I put it? Right here. Okay, yeah. These are the vintage drops in, it's called Gilded Gold. Okay, this is one of my favorite golds right now. So I put 3 in the upper right, over by the photo where the leaf is, and then down at the bottom leaf as well. And now I strategically place down my cover so I can do some splatters. And then I realized I'm slightly off because of the sticker sheet. So I'm like, let me move this to the side. That way you guys can see a little better. And now we're going to do white. I always do 3. I like 3. I like having the black and white. I think those are more like, they fade into the background. They give it a little bit of interest. And then there's always like a color that I like to pick. And because we have the gold accents, I had to use the gold spray. And now we're doing the black soot distress spray. Okay. We'll take our cover off the photo. And that is the completed layout. So I'm just gonna hold it up so you can see, like, even though I'm putting down, it looks like I'm doing a lot with splatters, it's kind of spread out. And even by the time we're done doing the filming of stuff, it fades to the back and it's just a little subtle, interest. So thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope you guys have a great weekend. It's Black Friday today. I'm at work and I hope everybody else is shopping and having fun and still enjoying family. And I will see you guys with our next video. I can't believe next Friday is going to be December already. I'm not ready. All right, you guys. Have a great day.